Hello, welcome to Motorsports. My name is Tyler,
I'm Jake.
and this is the 2026 Dodge Charger Daytona Track Pack Scat Pack.
This is all electric. This one is 4 doors. They make them in 2-door form, but this one has 4, and frankly, I think it looks better in 4-door form. All electric, 2 motors, 670 horsepower, and lots of drive modes, lots of everything. Fratzonic, fake exhausts, fun sounds. We have not driven one of these yet, and we've got like 20 minutes of the festival, so we're going to get true first impressions. Yeah, I'll take it a little drive. Maybe we'll drive one later for longer and do a whole review, but do you know anything about this? I know what I've read about them.
I know nothing more than the color is ludicrous blue, which is fun in itself.
They have the best names for these colors.
Which is hopefully an indication of how ludicrous this whole thing actually is. So
These tires look gigantic and sticky, summery.
Indeed.
So I would say it's horsepower weather because it's like 60 degrees out, but electric cars don't care.
No.
So let's just go.
Let's go.
You can see us. Great. Oh. Okay. So brake, power button.
It rumbles. You feel it.
You do feel it.
Feel it.
So this whole Fratzonic exhaust thing, before we get going, it is like a speaker under the car.
Okay.
That like downfires, I think. And Kimberly, our lovely PR friend, said to put it in drag mode. So she knows her audience.
So get your heels on, everybody.
Okay, drive modes. Wet snow, custom, drag.
Oh.
She goes, that is the loudest and the most powerful.
Okay.
And that is what we are. The shifter is, it's like a gun, kind of, or a big hand trigger thing. This is incredibly loud.
It is actually, like, that is wild. For what it's worth, it does sort of seem like you just opened up some exhaust valves, and you even have like the booming in the back of your head, like the drone of the resonance of an actual exhaust.
Right. It does have that. TBD on if I like it or not. This is so odd. Yeah, so the change in pitch is when I add a little brake pedal.
Okay.
This is incredibly loud.
It's so loud.
And okay, you said 670 horsepower?
670 horsepower.
Okay.
Unknown amount of torque.
I'm gonna go right because all these left turns are for the birds. The other button that I was told we could use is power shot. We were told not to use power shot. Okay. We're gonna use power shot. Not right here. Get out of the way, Civic.
Cut back to 2 years ago when we drifted in an Alpha.
Oh shit. Okay, so the sound, it's like you're in A gear.
A single gear. With like a little Jetsons mixed with your V8.
Yeah, Jetsons V8 is very accurate here. I'm gonna slow down because there's no one behind me. And I'm gonna push power shot. Oh, vehicle already at maximum power.
Okay.
Okay, that was not as like neck snapping as I thought it would be.
No.
It was very, like it swelled.
Yes.
Okay, well, when we turn off on this other road, we'll try this again and I'll like stop. There's gotta be like a launch. And I assume 0 to 60 is like some stupid fast number.
What if it's just gas, brake, launch?
That, I would assume so. That's usually how these things work. While we're cruising, interior thoughts?
I like it. It has a very like nautical sort of vibe around the front dashboard, which is, I guess, pretty consistent with other Stellantis like Charger, Challenger products that they've historically had.
It's got this like carbon fiber inlay for the doors and the dash and ambient lighting.
And it's backlit, so that ambient lighting kind of gives the the carbon fiber like a different sort of 3D dimensional look.
Yeah. Steering wheel has real buttons. We love that. Some easy controls on the side and climate, which is good. And then this is Uconnect 5, which, yay.
Right.
I think the interior is pretty good in here, all things considered.
Comfy, very typical.
Oh, we've got turn signal cameras.
The actual vibrations and like resonance that you feel is what gets me. Like
It's really funny.
It's more than just a sound.
Yeah. Okay, stop, brake, gas.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, that was torque steering.
There we go.
That was weird. It didn't stop till I let off the throttle.
This is
Okay, now twisty bits. Went far too fast on this road. So I have no sensation of speed.
No.
The front wants to wander.
So rear limited slip diff, but clearly not one in the front because I believe that was heavy front right tire
Very big
spin on launch.
But you can't hear it because the speaker's too loud. The throttle. Okay, how do I take this out of drag? Let's go to sport. Okay, it's quieter too. Okay, the throttle is a little jumpy in drag mode, which makes sense because you're just going in a straight line. I mean, the handling feels okay.
It does. It
The
feels.
steering is kind of light. Well, I don't know how much feel I would say the steering has.
Does the steering feel as direct as at least the front end feels from the passenger seat? Like there's very little like wafting around and rolling around. It feels like there's very good body control and very good chassis control.
Yeah, that feels okay. You definitely have to like give it some arm to keep it in a straight line, which is actually kind of fun.
You can feel the front end like pulling it around, and I was not expecting front tire spin in drag.
That was
mode.
weird.
That was crazy.
It was cool. It was weird.
Rear limited slip diff. What else does it have? As far as performance goodies, actual
Adaptive shocks? I feel like it has to.
it must. Brembo brakes, high performance brakes on the track pack.
If I push power shot now. Oh,
wow.
punch throttle within 30 seconds to activate power shot. Okay.
That was a full moment though. Like so when it's not in drag mode and you hit power shot, it gives you this full like startup sequence like noise.
Right, and it lit up the
speakers get
cluster in
louder.
purple.
Yeah.
I still don't think it feels especially slam you back in your seat.
No, it's not the instant like electric car torque that you might expect.
But I think I like it though.
Right. Yeah, it builds up, and it is fitting. Like it matches the soundtrack for what it's worth. But yeah, it's like a very very elastic power band, which is why I was curious if the rear gearbox or whatever's going on back there if there was like a second speed to it. But according to this, there isn't. It's a 1-speed gearbox. So I know like the Taycan has the 2-speed.
And some others are talking about doing that if they haven't already, which there are reasons to do it. There's benefit, but I feel like we should stop and you should drive a little bit.
Sure. I know this is a weird thing, but I was expecting the gear shift to like pop back the way that like
like the monostable ones. Yeah.
But it actually stayed in
if you like a real gear shift that stays in gear, this is for you.
Okay. So yeah, the front end, I guess it helps with something this big to have 305 tires on it.
And 325s on the back.
And yeah.
They're huge. So even there, it still feels like it's pulling a little to the right with how it's distributing torque. Which, when I drove the Escalade IQ, it would do something similar where you pull out to pass and floor it, and it would still torque steer.
Interesting. I mean, so obviously it does. Like, obviously it's putting a ton of power through the front if it's enough to even spin it on a launch like that. So maybe it's masking the power better than we think it is, you know, given torque steer and front tire spin.
Yeah, and I think I like the way it pushes power out more than, like, say, like a Tesla Plaid or any of the other hot EVs. Like, I appreciate that it swells versus shoves.
Yeah.
Because I think it's A, easier to control, B, it doesn't hurt your internal organs, and C, like, it feels more appropriate to me.
It does. It's more natural, especially in a muscle car sort of chassis. Like, when you get in this, and you consider their audience, like who's coming from the V8 powered car to this, which is totally different. So it's like, from the standpoint of the manufacturer, they had to consider their audience. Like, this was a big jump, and I think this makes it feel like less of a big jump, and also keeps its character. Like, it has character in spades. Yeah. Which is interesting because I have said this with other EVs, so now this is a good, like, existential conversation, is how do you add character to something without NVH? Right. But what they have done gives this a personality. Right. It feels less like a golf cart. And in fact, not at all like a golf cart. No, not at all. And they've in fact, like, well, they've not added NVH when you're driving, but when you're just going around town and in the parking lot, like I said, like, you feel that speaker back there. Like, you feel the rumble. It is reminiscent of a V8. Like, modern V8s have less rumble than that, I feel like, in a lot of cases. Like, modern V8s are pretty muted now. Right. And they've brought that back on this, which is fun. Yeah. You know, you're like, it's personal opinion on whether or not it's like a borderline gimmick, I guess. But I think, well, the whole thing's a gimmick, but like, yeah. I was kind of writing this off before I drove it, of like, it's too gimmicky. Right. I will say I like this much more as a 4-door. Yes. Because did you sit in the 2-door at the auto show? I didn't. They had a 2-door at the DC Auto Show, and it is the same body stamping with just one giant door, and it feels, I mean, this is a really big car. It's like the length of a Tahoe, I think. Yeah, this is large. Like, I do it, like, I know the styling of the 2-door is pretty polarizing, but like, in person, I've appreciated the styling of the 2-door because it's so different. But yeah, this definitely feels correct, having all 4 doors here. All frameless doors as well. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That is fun. Can we make a right? We can just turn in here, yeah. So those are our quick thoughts on the Charger Scat Pack, Drag Pack, ludicrous power shot, whatever this is. Anyway, thanks for coming along. We'll do a longer form video on this with a more in-depth review when we can get one beyond just a 20-30 minute little session here. So like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thanks for coming along. We'll see you later. Bye.